Hey guys, welcome back to Vicariously Vintage Acres. Today we're going to attempt to tame the wild beasts that are our blackberry bushes. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I got these last year on clearance at Lowe's for, I think they were like $2, $2.50 a plant. Actually, no, I think I got these ones before that. I got these on clearance earlier in the year. And ended up getting sick over the fall, really couldn't do anything with it. We did get some other plants at the end of the season for around $2.50 as well. But these are blackberry plants, triple crown blackberry. They were originally $16.99 and I probably didn't pay more than $4, if that, for these. So today we're going to try and get these rooted. I thought I was organized. Oh, I am. It's hiding. My root compound. I seem to have trouble rooting a lot of these types of things, so I figured today I would bring you along and try something new. Will you go grab a few pint jars, please?
Why not the regular?
It doesn't matter. Just grab 2 for me, please. Okay, so I dabbled in hydroponics for a while, and so I have this liquid plant food, and we were able to root some tomato plants using this, so I'm hoping that I can do the same thing with the blackberry cuttings. But what you do for non-circulating hydroponics is you add 1 teaspoon to a gallon, and then we're just going to fill it up with water, and I'm actually using filtered water so that hopefully it won't go moldy or mildewy. We use a Berkey filter, and I actually just got new filters for that, so I'll probably take you along when I prime those so you guys can see how priming the Berkey filters works. I can't remember if I mentioned this in a video before, but I was sick 5.5 years ago. We lived in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and if you know anything about Oak Ridge, you know it's called the Secret City. That's where they made nuclear warfare, and pretty sure that the ground was tainted with various things. And when I got sick and I stayed sick, I really felt strongly that the water was a good cause or good chunk of the cause of me being so sick. So I asked for the Berkey one year for Christmas, and I got it. And finally was able to order new filters. I should have done it late last year, and just things going on, never got around to it. Okay, so I've got my nutrients mixed in. I'm going to start by filling up my first jar, about 2/3 of the way full. And I've got my clippers. I got these at Aldi. Guys, let me tell you, Aldi is super for having inexpensive quality stuff. I've gotten some shovels from there. I've gotten my little digging spades and trowels. I've gotten these. I've gotten my walk-in greenhouse. I actually got that this year for $34.99. And as an FYI, starting next week, the last week of March, they're going to have one of the short 4-tier not walk-in greenhouses for $14.99. So if you have an Aldi near you and you need a starter greenhouse, check it out. You will not be disappointed. They are running $25 and $30 and more everywhere else. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is right here you can see where there is like a little crook. And I want to cut this little branch off. And then each of these little nodules are going to root out, okay? They want to grow leaves and they want to grow berries, which means that they want to grow roots as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have at least 2 of these that can go in the water, and I'm going to cut 4 off of each stick. So we're going to cut at an angle there, and I'm just going to stick this. I've got some rooting compound. And this has also been helpful when I got my elderberry cuttings. I got those started this way. So I'm going to take, when you put your stem in the water, you want to make sure that these leaves are facing up because that's the natural growth of the plant. So I'm going to dip this in the water here. I'm going to dip it in my root compound, and then I'm just going to drop it right back into the water. And I'm going to keep doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually going to have an extra one on just because I want it to be about the same length. Again, dip into the water, dip into the root compound, drop it right into the water. And you'll see the water is getting a little bit cloudy because of the rooting compound, but that's okay. So I'm going to get this finished up and we'll be right back. I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know I came across a couple of them that do have leaves on them already. It's just the natural growth. And what I'm going to do is, since this is the end that is going to go under the water, I'm going to go ahead and snip those off. But I'm going to go ahead and snip this top one off too. This is a fairly healthy stem, so we're just going to treat it like we do all the other ones. We're going to do the same with this one, and we'll be right back to show you how we finish this up. Okay, so we are finished so far with our little stems. I put ones from this plant into this jar. I didn't want to overcrowd them. And then the ones from the other plant are in this jar. So what I'm going to do next, I've got a couple things I want to show you is, since these were sitting in the grass, they started to root. I'll get a little bit closer. So what I'm going to do is this one, even though, whoopsie, it is growing the wrong way, the way it was growing, we're going to go ahead and see how the roots want to go up. We're going to go ahead and try to root this out and see if we can't train it to go down. Now on this is just the very last end piece, so it was like right here. I mean, this is kind of what it looked like. So I'm actually going to put some rooting compound on this, give it some nutrients, and I'm just going to lay it in a tiny little pot of soil, cover it with saran wrap, and kind of do a greenhouse effect to see if this is going to do anything. It's kind of dry and crispy. They've been sitting up on the driveway for a few days. Again, just been having trouble getting to everything that we need to around here. So I will update you how both of these go. I'm going to update you on all of this. But one other thing that I wanted to show you before I do all that is you can see, I hope, where this stick is brown and it's dead. The reason I know that is because if you snap it, hopefully you can hear how, I mean, that's just crispy. So we're going to actually trim this down. I'm going to pull this stick out. This came with the plant. So we're going to take this apart, pull the little bamboo support stick out, and I'm going to trim this down here at the base. If it comes back, great. If it doesn't, that's okay, because I have left on each of these about 12 to 14 inches, maybe 16 inches worth of really good, healthy, live plant. So we're going to trim this one up. We're going to put those two little rooty pieces into soil and water accordingly, and we'll be back hopefully soon to update you on how this experiment and project is going. And when we decide to go ahead and stick these in the ground and some of our other plants, we've got grapes, blackberries, raspberries, fig trees, all sorts of things. Again, homesteading, so much work, so little time, so much to do, so little energy. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.